we have a game to play. We're going to watch Comet this time, because we started with Celtic last time. When is the Underlord's turning? I have not determined that yet. I'm going to start doing it probably tomorrow. I'm going to start sign-ups. So it'll probably start in September, just because it's better to wait a little bit longer to let everybody get in. Alright, so we have that same mono time list from last round, now against Comet on a Reanimator list, which is very cool. We're in, and alright, cool. Starting out with Privilege and Jotun Hurler. Tough start for Comet, although it can be good. It kind of just depends. Alright. The thing is that, like, Snowball is great against Celtic Guardian's deck if they're relying heavily on an Initiate, right? But if they're not, there's not a lot of gas in this hand, which is certainly a problem. Ooh. I mean, Privilege is a really strong card. In fact, it needed to get nerfed, if you know the old version of it. But it's powerful because you normally don't have to play it. Actually having to play the Privilege of Rank is not the best situation. And the hits just keep coming for Comet, because they're desperately looking for anything that's not power. And continually to just get privileges and more power cards is really messing them up here pretty bad. At least now they do get to snowball away the Dawnwalker, and they can play Vishni if they want. I imagine that you would. You can try and wait until you can shift it, but when you have Remembrance, it makes sense to like play it, trade it off, and then just Remembrance it later, right?
Written right here.
Okay, Valkyrie Enforcer. Doesn't really do much on the board because, of course, Celtic Guardian has Ageless Mentor, but that ability's already happened. You're not going to be able to stop that. So yeah, appropriately, we're just going to get Jotun Hurler. The cool thing about Vishni, of course, is stealing Dawnwalker is pretty big. Celtic Guardian not having an answer for the Vishni immediately is really good news for Comet. Comet just has to worry about how much gas Celtic has in their hand, and if they can get power to unlock it all. There's Reclaimer, which currently doesn't do anything, but can be very powerful later on. And Comet's just holding back the whole team, opting not to do a whole lot of pressure to try and get some value later, which I think is correct. Oh, I was going to say that's nice for Comet. Like, that's not too bad for Comet because they've got the Valkyrie Enforcer, but yeah, it was a little awkward. And Celtic Guardian actually making a really good play here, and instead of killing the Vishni, killing the Jotun Hurler, it lets the damage get in, but it actually plays around the Remembrances too. So now you can't really get anything back that's valuable. I mean, sure, Jotun Hurler is a thing, but you can't play it. And even if you could, it would just be a 3/3 that doesn't do anything. If Celtic makes the same choice, yeah, that is very, very smart play on the part of Celtic Guardian. Just making sure that Vishni doesn't go to the Void, so that Remembrance just doesn't matter. Which is absolutely massive. And yeah, I mean, stopping the Sandstorm Titans here is allowing Celtic to get a semblance of a race, but like, Comet's getting a chance of racing here, but Celtic really just has so much power. Yeah, and we see that Comet's kind of in a little bit of panic mode here, appropriately, having to just jam down a bunch of units they probably don't want to play, simply because there's too many Titans on board. Oh, wow. Titan number 3. That is backbreaking. And now finally Comet draws their Sporefolk, which might have gotten them to some armor that they could get back with Auric. Doesn't look like it does, though. They could go for, like, Rhyme Conclave, but they have nothing to change in the market. There's Lightning Sprite, but that doesn't do a whole lot here. I think that might be the best choice. Opt for Valkyrie Enforcer to stun the, or silence the Titan again, and just hope they can go for broke. That might be enough to win the game. Nope, never mind. The Obelisk definitely seals that. Close try, though. It felt like Comet was getting beat up that whole game, but they were one swing away from actually winning, so it was pretty close. It was a very smart play to just constantly stop all of the Titans from preventing flyers and just trying to race as much as possible. But that was gross. Really, really disgusting hand from Celtic Guardian with just all the Titans in the world. Incredibly enough, Titan is still a good card. So we're going to go and watch Celtic Guardian, whose time deck is currently just tearing shit up. And oh my god, another amazing hand here. No, I loved that hand. Mentor into Gnash, that felt good. I'm very surprised at the throwback there. Like, turn 2 Mentor into turn 3 Mentor with a Gnash, that felt good enough. That felt good enough. I don't know, I'm not sure that that was a good throwback here, personally. This one has some power, but they're going to need to find another time card here. So this could be a big problem for Celtic. Yeah, Lightning Sprite coming out for Comet. Oh, wow. But Celtic getting that last second reprieve and immediately drawing time card to curve out and get the 4 drops. We saw how good Sandstorm Titan was in the last game, and it's going to be pretty relevant again, I've got to imagine. Comet's deck is just full of, like, Valkyrie Enforcers and Lightning Sprites and all kinds of flyers like that. However, Sword of the Sky King, Lightning Sprite, could this be the dream? There we go, Reweave. We have a turn 3 sword. Oofda. It's not the worst thing in the world because Celtic Guardian does have Dawnwalker. Oh no. Oh, okay. They're just going to go for the destroying the relic here. Which, of course, makes just as much sense. Yeah. I was thinking Dawnwalker because Dawnwalker also makes it really difficult, but...
A delightful breeze.
Yeah, I mean, Celtic Guardian's deck is really well designed against Comets because Comet is just desperately trying to get down a big weapon, and Saber-Tooth, Prideleader, and Dawnwalker are real nasty against a lot of weapons. A unit that just keeps recurring is really hard to answer for that kind of a deck. So Comet putting a lot of eggs into that basket could be what helps Celtic Guardian out here. Because they can blanket pretty much every time they get a Sandstorm Titan. Just constantly rebuying the Dawnwalkers. Great start, though, for Comet still. We get power off the top, and I've got to think Dawnwalker should come down. It's tough because you want to be able to play bigger units, but Dawnwalker is so much value. Yeah. I can certainly understand that, to just make large Mystic Ascendants and Thrashing Wurm. Like, you can actually get them past where the Sword of the Sky King can actually kill. But I just really like getting that Dawnwalker value when you can. That's just me personally. We'll see what Comet has here. If they've got yet another way to get a Bandit Flail into play. And they do, I think. I can't imagine them shifting unless they have... Nope. They're going to just go for Gustrider. I was going to say, they've got to have another Auric Reclaimer that I missed. Because that's what I'd normally spend my Remembrances on in that deck. I don't know what else is in Comet's hand, though. They could absolutely have, like, Reweave or just be looking for another Remembrance or power cards so they can get another Auric Reclaimer down without having to do any shenanigans. And Celtic Guardian still just opting to go for the slow route here. Just keeping the 2-3. Going for the Praxis. Not bothering to put anything else into play like the Dawnwalker or Tocas or anything like that. Slow and steady here from Celtic. It's gotta be Dawnwalker, right? I feel like Dawnwalker is so good against any weapons that you really want it down early. Celtic's play has been excellent so far, though, so I can certainly understand it. Yep, alright. Just get down 2 units, try and put as much pressure on the board as possible. Silence Tocas, not the Dawnwalker. I'm not sure I agree with that, although Comet does have Vishni, and we don't know if Comet might have like a Vishni in hand. They're hoping to shift soon so they can try and steal Dawnwalker in a turn or two. I just worry about it because Dawnwalker is so incredibly obnoxious against any of these weapon decks. And it's got to be a double block. Protect the weapon here. Just a single.
Time quickens.
Yeah, Tocas it makes a lot more sense because it's shutting off Reweave, so that's why it needed to die. To have the silence on it. There's so many cards in Celtic Guardian's deck that I'm even not realizing myself are just incredible answers for what Comet is doing. Tocas shutting off Reweaves, and, like, the, flashed in the Prideleader, being able to kill any of the relics, being able to have Dawnwalkers to buy back. There's so many problematic cards here. Speaking of a problematic card, though, I do like keeping everything void-bound here to stop the Dawnwalker. There's a very nice answer here from Comet. Some good market tech to kind of keep any problematic cards like Dawnwalker from totally nerfing your weapons.
Your power.
Here comes Mystic Ascendant, though. This one has charge, so it can just slam in for 1 billion damage. Alright. Good silence on that. And of course, holding back the 1/1 for a chump block. Celtic is definitely looking good, though. I mean, Saber-Tooth, Prideleader again, just ambush, eat that, gain some life. Really throws off the math here for Comet. When you're trying to race here and so many of the cards in Celtic's hand and deck just have ambush, always hard to know when to get in. Kill the Gavel, not gain life. Yeah, definitely Gavel could have been the choice. I feel like Celtic was probably thinking that at this point there wouldn't be a lot of chances of Comet getting another weapon into play. As it turns out, though, there's the third Auric Reclaimer. Hard cast. And that works out just fine. But, and Celtic top deck the killer, and yeah, it's not the best situation. Comet can have 1 million Sky Kings, but when you've got a 10-10, or a pair of 10-10s, I'm not sure how much a Sky King matters. Comet firmly against the ropes at this point. Really not a lot that they can do from here on out. And in fact, going for the power play of just attacking directly into one of the Mystic Ascendants to kill themselves, which is a snazzy way to go out, for sure. Yeah, a large enough unit is a really good answer to a Sword of the Sky King, as it turns out. Very well played, though, from both people. Bad matchup for Comet's deck, unfortunately. Just so many great answers on the side of Celtic Guardian there in the time deck. That's just a really rough one. So that's very, very tough.